Ladies and gentlemen, Democrats are seriously considering, and I think they will, impeach Trump twice. They'll impeach President Trump twice. The first attempt at articles of impeachment were an absolute failure. They're petrified of sending the articles of impeachment to Mitch McConnell, and I'll give you my McConnell in a couple minutes, but they're absolutely petrified. And what they're saying now is, let me read this to you. Quote, if Don McCann's testimony produces new evidence supporting the conclusion that President Trump committed impeachable offenses, they want to draft new, impeachable offenses that are not covered by the articles approved by the House. The committee will proceed accordingly, including, if necessary, by considering whether to recommend new articles of impeachment. Notice inherent in not having Don McCann's testimony, they don't have enough. So the fact that they have to ask, with Clinton's email servers, we already knew she had them. We already knew they were running on Microsoft Exchange software, according to Ars Technica. And we already knew they contained top secret and special access program intelligence documents while they're being protected by Microsoft Exchange software. Michael Hayden, Robert Gates, even James Comey stated, it's almost certain the entire planet hacked those servers and obtained the top secret intelligence. She used servers for 4 years. You actually don't even need Brian Pagliano's testimony. You already know what took place. Comey said reasonable prosecutors wouldn't indict. There was no intent. He injected the issue of intent. But you know there was a predicate crime. The owning of servers outside of the United States government is a crime. You cannot do that. If Trump owned servers and deleted 30-plus thousand emails, they wouldn't accept the yoga excuse. They want Don McCann's testimony because they don't have enough. They had 5 or 6 witnesses that did not witness anything firsthand. They don't have firsthand knowledge. They don't have documents implicating President Trump. Sondland, one of the witnesses, said that, the only thing he heard directly from Trump was that he wants no quid pro quo. And then another impeachment witness said he heard Trump from a telephone. Then they tried to duplicate that at CNN. It didn't work. So you have a situation where they couldn't, and then you have the first Bill Taylor. He heard from somebody else that Trump wanted a quid pro quo. He didn't know. He never even spoke to President Trump. There is no equivalent of the DNC emails forcing Debbie Wasserman Schultz to resign. There is no equivalent of missing tape in Watergate. The Watergate break-in took place. It was a criminal act, a break-in. There was something to initiate the cover-up, which was the criminal act. Trump, they say, had a phone conversation, and then because of that phone conversation, either before or after or during, he withheld military assistance because he was afraid of Joe Biden's No Malarkey bus tour. They can't prove that. Just like when they say, well, go ahead and prove that the 85 donors who gave $156 million into the Clinton Foundation did so as a bribe to meet with Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State. Well, there are no emails that show that because the emails were deleted. But you can follow the money, and you could follow the quid pro quo. The money flowed into the Clinton Foundation, and beneficial treatment took place for UBS, Boeing, 85 donors who gave $156 million. Uranium One officials. So they're going to impeach President Trump again, and they're going to do the same thing. And one of the reasons they're going to impeach President Trump almost certainly, again, is because Nancy Pelosi and Democrats want Mitch McConnell. They want Mitch McConnell to abide by every single request. No Joe Biden, no Hunter, no intelligence operative, no Shifty. They don't want any witnesses on the Republican side, but they want witnesses. John Bolton, the homeless walrus, they want. So McConnell's like, Nancy Pelosi, the Pelosi with the most. What can I do to accommodate you, Nancy? You know, when, let me tell you a little story. When I was born, my mama told me, she said, Mitchell, your life will be devoted to serving the interests of a person named Nancy Pelosi. So when you become a Senate Majority Leader, you will not abide by what's good for the president or your Republican Party or the American people. You will simply do as Nancy Pelosi says. You will not serve the Lord. You will serve the Pelosi. Your life is devoted to serving the interests of Nancy Pelosi. So therefore, you must abide by anything she asks. So Nancy, please tell me anything you want. Your wish is my command. I am like your genie. Your genie from Kentucky, a Kentucky genie. Just rub me the right way, and rub me the right way, and I'll do as you wish. I'll give you any wish you want. No Biden, no problem. Yeah, Nancy, you know, when we get those articles of impeachment, they're going to last about as long as a Kevin Spacey accuser. I'm going to rip them up, and I'm going to go ahead and crumple them up, and I'm going to pretend I'm Kobe Bryant, or maybe Steph Curry, and just a 3-point shot in the trash. I'll take those articles of impeachment, and believe me, maybe a shredder, I don't know, maybe a Bic lighter, I don't know. What do you think? What should I do? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and crumple them up, rip them up, do whatever I want with them, and throw them into the trash. So you can go ahead and impeach Trump forever. Kobe! And I'll throw them in the trash. Go ahead and impeach Trump every day of your life. Why don't you stop? Don't stop at 2. Don't just impeach him twice. Impeach him at least 550 times before the next election. And that won't be interfering. And you will do so impartially. Mitch McConnell out. Oh, and by the way, Nancy, I want to wish you and yours a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoyed that, Nancy. That's right. Democrats don't like certain phrases. But I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. From the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Nancy, I'm talking to you. Send me the articles of impeachment. Try to do it before the Messiah comes. Mitch McConnell out. I'm sorry. I know it's annoying. But I have to this is my way of dealing with the malarkey. It's the no malarkey. This is the no malarkey channel. No malarkey. You know why Biden did that? Well, Clinton is going to be nominee, but you know why Biden did that? Because they had to pick a slogan and a tagline and a political phrase that was so horrendous, yet feasible in terms of what a washed-up, unelectable candidate would choose. So Biden got 0.08, 0.09% in the 2008 Democratic primary. He didn't even get 1%. It was 0.08%, something like that. And you're talking about, that was when he defeated cornflakes. Now, this whole impeachment thing is to serve the interests of Clinton. Clinton's going to be the nominee. She's going to be the nominee. But they don't have anything. They don't have anything. They can't impeach they can't remove the president because a fair Senate trial would mean that he's completely acquitted. They have not proven, and they can't prove. They don't have any documents. They don't have anybody with firsthand knowledge. They cannot prove that President Trump withheld military assistance because he wanted to interfere in the election. They also can't prove that Biden doesn't have any conflicts of interest because it's already been documented. So they're running on the assumption that Biden is pure as the driven snow and that Trump is afraid of Biden. Just the other day, he told Clinton, hey, why don't you run again? This time, don't forget about Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. But they don't have any. The witnesses that they trotted out for the impeachment trial, well, just look what happened. The impeachment in the House led to swing state voters opposing removal and impeachment. They lost swing state voters and they lost independents. So, look, if they impeach President Trump again, the only thing, they don't have Medicare for all, they don't have a Green New Deal, they don't have abolishing ICE, they don't have abolishing student debt, they don't have any of these policies that they can say, hey, Trump vetoed this bill. They don't have that. Actually, President Trump, like I've been saying, has presided over a decrease in poverty. There are less poor people in the United States of America because of Trump. And you could say, well, it's not because of Trump. Are the bailouts, the bailouts, President Obama's bailouts, did they save the economy? Because guess what? The bailouts started under Bush. So are you going to credit Bush for President Obama, saving the economy? You going to credit Bush? No, but he started the bailouts, and President Obama continued those bailouts. So you can always look back and say, well, this person's predecessor engaged in this activity, so therefore the current president really shouldn't be, praised. We have record low unemployment. We have a decrease of 12.7% poverty rate in the United States of America, down to 11.3% according to USA Today. Okay. The poverty rate for Latino citizens, Hispanic and Latino citizens, was over 19% in 2016. Now it's a little over 17%. It's dropped substantially, and it needs to drop obviously more. But you have a president that, if he's indeed this bigot and this horrible man and this racist Trump monster, why are his policies working for all people? Why? Because you better believe if there was record high unemployment among Black and Latino citizens, you better believe people would say, that's an example of Trump supremacy, all that stuff. But it's record low unemployment. Poverty is decreasing. Household median income for all people has increased. So this is an existential, what I tried to say in my last segment, and it's below in the pinned comment. In the description. President Trump is an existential threat to the Democratic Party. He doesn't play ball. He's not the establishment. He's not the establishment figure that Republicans usually have, that will side with Democrats on issues pertaining to foreign policy and economic policy. No, he's not gonna engage in the Trans-Pacific Partnership, but he's gonna engage in tariffs. It's a good thing. I'd rather engage in tariffs than the Trans-Pacific Partnership, because the TPP was supposed to be a way to address China's dominance in economic affairs. Well, he didn't want that, rightfully so. Well, people say, how do you go from Bernie to Trump? Well, the article's below in the pinned comment, my article in the Federalist, but By the way, check out H.A. Goodman's other channel. Trump basically dared Clinton to run it just the other day. Nobody's talking about it. It's okay. I'll be right. Clinton 2020 is going to happen, and it's going to lead to 8 years of Trump. But anyway, Trump was against the Trans-Pacific Partnership. So was Bernie. Trump wanted to bring home Americans from never. He wants to, and he is, and he's withdrawing Americans from regions of conflict. I thought Bernie would do that, and Bernie Sanders said, "Oh, it has to be an orderly withdrawal." Poverty is decreasing in the United States of America, not increasing, decreasing. When it was increasing throughout President Obama's administration, PBS had an article saying, "Is it President Obama's fault? It can't be his fault. He's trying his best." With Trump, he gets no credit for anything. They have to create this world. Okay, the Trump that Democrats see is not the Trump that I see and you see. They've created a Trump. That's not the Trump that you see and I see. That is not the president that you see and I see. Not. So anyway, give me your thoughts below. There are a lot of reasons why they're going to impeach. Well, they've impeached Trump, but we don't know. The articles of impeachment haven't gone to the Senate. And they know that all of this points back to Biden. That's why Biden was like, "This isn't about me, it's about Trump." It's like, no, it's the fact that you said that makes it about you. He's like, "Listen, I just want to let media is being unfair to me." Like, media is barely doing its job. Barely. They're like barely covering the fact that Hunter, it's on page 6 of the New York Post. Could you imagine if Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. and Jared Kushner were at a gentleman's club smoking narcotics and having, I should say, utensils utilized upon them? I don't know what I get, but I try to abide by YouTube policies. Could you imagine what they would say? Well, you know what? You can. That's just my Hunter Biden. Remember that song? Great song in the 90s. Who that is? My Hunter Biden. So, anyway, the point is this. They have an intelligence operative that sounded the alarms and blew the whistle, and they have this neuroses that foreign interference lost the election for them. That's how you know Clinton's running again and will be the nominee. Forget about running. I don't care if it might just be she flies in like with the jetpack from Super Bowl II. Shh, I'm here, and then it'd be like, "Oh my God, we love you," and she becomes nominee. Does anyone on the planet? Well, I know there are people who think that Biden will be nominee on the left. But there's no support for Biden. They don't even like him. The average person, let's put it this way. I know Democrats very well. I used to be a lifelong Democrat up until recently. All of this impeachment, this is payback for Bill Clinton. I never did anything wrong. We were talking about an intercontinental ballistic missile treaty. And I was talking to all the interns. And I said, "Do you need a prop that you can see what happens if we have to launch a preemptive strike?" And that's all I did. It was a preemptive strike. And I preemptively struck. And then they got me. They impeached me. And then my wife went ahead and tried to destroy the lives of people who wrongfully accused me. I feel your pain. I could feel a lot more if you want. Anyway, this impeachment is all like payback. Payback. That's what Kavanaugh was talking about with him. This is all payback. You ever see echoes of the 90s? Okay. And guess what? This is the last hurrah. Well, actually, it's not. Clinton will run again in 2024. Okay. You tell everyone that H.A. Goodman said that Clinton is going to run again in 2024 because she'll lose again in 2020. So, look, do you think that Biden would win the popular vote? How about no? Clinton could win the popular vote, still lose. She'll still lose again, but she could win the popular vote and then raise $2 billion. What better time can you have in media and in the Democratic Party? So you lose. So what? So what? You still make out big. You get $2 billion. You have to spend that money. Oh, media, ad buys, events, arenas, auditoriums, stickers, donations, fundraising for down ticket Democrats. Yeah, right. Oh my God. Oh my God. The golden goose is not Biden. Biden is the if a goose laid like coal, or that would be Biden. Clinton is the money-making machine. It's all about money. It's all about money. Okay? All of it is about money. And Democrats make hundreds of millions of dollars fundraising with Clinton, and they don't make bupkis with Biden. Give me your thoughts below. They're going to impeach Trump again. They should impeach Trump 50 times. Fine. It'll be hilarious. And Trump, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, grows stronger. Give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right